Welcome back to Open Window Politics. Today we're going to be doing a prediction. In this case, it's going to be between Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro, and then on the Republican side, we'll be doing a prediction with Vance. So we will start out on the West Coast and then just move eastward. We have the reliably blue wall on the West Coast of California, Oregon, and Washington. Most likely, unless something crazy happens, those three states will be voting for the Democratic candidate. We get to the first swing state here. I do think that it's competition between an election between Vance and Shapiro. Shapiro is, I would argue, one of the more electable Democrats that they could put forward, so I do think he will do fairly well, and I think that that would likely translate to a victory in the state of Nevada. Things are also pretty bad in the economy right now. The stock market is tanking and things aren't looking great, so that certainly doesn't help the Republicans' chances, and it would be a reflection of J.D. Vance because he is, in this case, the Republican nominee. He's also the current vice president, so he would likely be blamed for it. It is certainly possible things could change. We've still got quite a while before the 2028 election, but for now, that is just how things are going right now. With that, we have 232 electoral college votes for Shapiro to 219 for J.D. Vance, and then we will get to the state of Arizona. I do think Arizona is probably going to be in the Republican column. This state went to Trump by the biggest margin of the swing states, and I think that it would be difficult for the Democratic candidate. I think it's possible, but I do think that of the swing states, it is most likely to be in the Republican column. I'm also going to go, I know I said I'd go west to east, but we'll skip to the next Republican state. In this case, I do think North Carolina, even though Josh Shapiro is a very electable candidate, that would probably still end up in the Republican column. And then we have a couple other tilt states here. I think Wisconsin is most likely going to be in the Democratic column. The state was the closest margin in 2024. That was the closest to going to Harris. It didn't in the end, went to Trump by the closest margin. So I do think that the state of Wisconsin, and generally the three Rust Belt states, do end up voting together. That's been the case for quite a while, or for the past while. So for now, I do think that the state of Michigan, and then I think Josh Shapiro's home state, he will also perform similarly well. It's possible I don't think it would go up to 3-point margin. It's possible. I do think of the Rust Belt states, he's most likely to carry that state. Josh Shapiro also ran for the governorship against a pretty extreme Republican candidate, so that helped his chances. He was seen as definitely the moderate of the two options available, so that was part of the reason for his solid victory in a swing state. The Democrats have been losing lately. Biden was able to win the Rust Belt, but went back for Trump in 2024, and Democrats are hoping it really to secure the presidency relies on winning the Rust Belt and doing decently in the Sun Belt. It is possible to win with just the Rust Belt for the Democrats. If the Republicans were to win all of these states, it would be 268 to 270. So very, very narrow prediction, but I do think that that most likely won't be the case. I think that in Georgia has been a Republican state for a while. It did go to Biden, and then in the Senate elections, both elected a Democrat, so I'm going to actually end up that one going to the Democrats. I accidentally made Florida blue, but we will make that back to likely red. And with that is my prediction between Josh Shapiro and J.D. Vance. 292 electoral college votes for Shapiro to 246 for Vance. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.